Welcome to the ultimate backstage pass, the pulsating heart of the high school sports universe. Get ready to rock with the gang from the Corner-to-Corner podcast as they take their sports obsessions to new heights. Meet the dream team, Sean Kuiper, Adam Muncy, Wes Crouch, and Daron Stevens, as they unpack the secrets, emotions, and triumphs that light up our local sports heroes. Whether you're gearing up for a game or unleashing cheers from the stands, get ready for an exclusive scoop that'll knock your socks off. It's showtime!
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 347 is here, and it's coming to you live. Now, Wes, we got some amazing guests with us tonight. When I'm on a course, you hear me say, "Far!" a lot. These girls, not so much. We are joined by Moco Girls Golf Team and Coach Chris Spoonamore. Guys, thanks for joining us.
We'll have to thank the sponsors again somewhere else.
That's okay.
They got commercials and rolling things and
all that good stuff. Absolutely. You want to say who we got with us?
Did you not hear me say the girls' golf team and Coach Spoonamore?
Yeah, I mean, you could introduce them.
We've got...
Everybody might not know them.
Macy Whalen. Macy, smile at the camera. Maddie Easterling. And the third name forgets my memory right now.
Peyton Patrick.
Peyton Patrick. Sorry, Peyton. I was not looking at my notes. I was very confident.
She's storming out.
Going to live in Facebook land. New to the
Clip
names.
it.
And
Guys,
who's
listen.
the other one that's with us?
And the other one. I don't know her name.
We're really excited. I know we're branching out. But I look out that window and I see a WKYT truck. I did not know we were broadcasting on the airwaves now.
Yeah, special news announcement coming later.
I mean, you bring in...
We've hit the big time, boys.
You bring in Chris
Spoonamore and the girls' golf team that's gone to back-to-back state tournament
It's
final
going
rounds.
It's going to make the news.
Championships.
Yeah.
And you got to bring the news on.
Yeah, it's going to make the news. It's big time.
Wow.
What?
I'm completely shocked. I mean, caught my eye. Girls, y'all excited about this season coming up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Maddie, start with you. What's something you've been working on this off season?
I've been working on my mental game a lot. Typically, I struggle with my focusing on the course. But I've been working on that, and I've also been working on my dedication to God, and I feel like that's going to help me a lot this year too.
Okay, I guess they're just going to let me roll with it. Peyton, I'm going to ask you now since I'm very sorry. We forgot your name. I'm sorry, Peyton. Peyton, what have you been working on?
Basically, same thing as Maddie, mental game a lot, same as last year, because it's something I've always struggled with, really. But, yeah, mostly just mental. And my swing a little bit, but other than that, nothing.
Macy?
I've kind of just been going out when I can, working on my swing, kind of taking it easy, though, for my senior year.
At least you're on.
Not something Coach wants to hear.
Yeah. But I'll get out there. I'll get out there when it dries up a little.
Now, have you been out more this year than last year?
Not yet.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I went out more last year than this year.
I stand corrected.
All right. Okay. See, now, Maddie, you're looking at the same thing I'm looking at.
Because you said something about it.
We got them all on edge now.
Okay.
Because
So, look, people who don't know this whole situation, our window stays open. And sometimes some things catch our eye. And I've seen that lady pull in 100 times, never in the WKYT vehicle. So now we know we got a connection, Sean.
Yeah. I wondered if that might have been where it was. So.
And he has been one of our Who Am I's.
He has. You're right.
So going into this year, going to back-to-back state championship round, the final 9 schools playing for a state championship. Do you feel like that helps you all going into this year? You've done it back-to-back years. Does it give you all not? And you were region winners last year. So does it give you all the what's the word I'm looking for? Is it
Chip on the shoulder.
the chip on the shoulder? It's not really a chip on the shoulder. Chip on the shoulders, charisma,
Confidence.
confidence. There's the word I'm looking for. Does it give the confidence going into this year? Like, we're the ones that's going to be, going. They're going after us.
I feel like it definitely does. Kind of puts us at a spot where, the past couple times in state we've been, towards the bottom. I feel like everybody knows who we are, but we're the underdogs right now, and I feel like that's a good place to be because we can come up and take it.
Okay. What do y'all think, Macy?
I would say, like, us being confident. I'm just ready to go back again. I'm excited to go back again this year. I think we will.
All right.
Is state always
I
at the
agree.
same
I
place?
don't really have.
Yeah.
State is always
The
in.
championship round is always at Bowling Green.
Yeah.
So,
Not a good course.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible.
so is all 5 of your starters seniors this year?
They all are seniors, yes. Wow. Yeah, I think last year, I'm gonna chime in real quick. I think last year was the chip on the shoulder because we missed the region championship the year before by
One stroke.
one stroke. Notice I did turn and look, over this way. That was last year was it, and I think that became kind of the motivation that we needed. I think we had to prove a point. I think we proved a point. This bunch, they're a special bunch. They have a lot of talent, but 2, they've worked really hard for years, and they want to win. So, they have a coach who hates to lose. It's dialed back in girls golf more than say when I've coached other sports, but I don't like losing, and I don't like losing especially really close. So last year, we had to prove a point to our region. We had to prove a point to the rest of the state that it wasn't a fluke, that that they deserved it, and they worked hard to get to that point, and they should be recognized for that. I mean,
Sure.
2 years back to back, going to the state championship, this community should recognize them. I mean, that's really an important thing for our school, for our district, for our county. So, yeah, I mean, I can't say enough good things about them, and I won a third. So,
You want that? Just go ahead and end it on a good note for your senior class, right? Just might as well just win the state title while you're at it.
well, I mean, that'll be extremely
Maddie said, yeah.
difficult. I'm also a realist,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that will be extremely difficult. But if we keep moving up each year in terms of placement, I mean, there's other schools that, I mean, they can bring in players that are, a higher tier caliber, and have 1 through 5 sitting at that level. I mean, there's places it's tough to compete and beat them. Let's be realistic. But when you look across the state and you see all the various for the 14 other regions, and here we are sitting in the top 9, and then finish 8th one year and finish 7th next year. If we keep moving forward, I think that's great. I think when you look at the caliber of golfer that's out there in this state, and for our team to come in from Montgomery County and compete with them, absolutely, I think it looks great on us.
So what's your goal for this year? I mean, other than to retain and keep that 12th region, right? Region 12?
Yeah, 12, yeah. I
Yeah.
said 14. I'm still in baseball and basketball, evidently.
Region 12 title, get into the top 5 of the, make it to the state final round as you have done and make it to the top 5? Or
I want several things this year. I want another regional championship.
right?
I want to be, in the end, top 5 in the state. I want this team, these 5, and who knows, and it may not be the same 5. I mean, you never know until you get rolling in the season.
Sure.
But the 5, anyway, I want this 5 to walk out of here and their names beyond something as the best group of team of female golfers that have come through together. You know, we've had a good player here and there, and we've had some solid teams here and there, and then I've coached some solid teams. But this bunch is special. I mean, I think this bunch will walk out of here being the best girls team that has played in Montgomery County.
Right.
That's what I want. So, and that's my challenge to them.
So school just ended, and here we are talking girls golf. When does girls golf season kick off?
It actually officially starts July 15th. You know, we try to do some things in the off season. You know, we take a break, but now they're playing in tournaments. You know, Maddie plays tomorrow in a tournament, and then Peyton plays the next day in a tournament. So you know, they're playing, they're practicing. You know, Macy and her sister were out working with me yesterday out at the golf course. So, you know, we try to do some things in the off season. A lot of it is it's all voluntary, but it's up to them. If they want to work, they'll work. You know, if they want to prepare for this season, then they will take the time to do it. You know, it's not up to coach to pull them there. You know, they need to have their own motivation. But you know, officially July 15th, we have 1 week of practice, and then we are playing.
How many events will you all do this year?
I think I have 12 scheduled right now.
So when's your tournament?
Our tournament is August 9th. So that's Saturday.
August 9th.
And I'd
So
like to see 4 to 5 wins this year.
I thought you were going to say you'd like to see us there. I mean, I would like to see it too.
Well, I don't want to set that up and then us not get there.
No.
So we'll just kind of leave it be.
So he just said that, Maddie, you and Peyton are playing in golf tournaments. Is it just tournaments, or are you all playing on a quote unquote tour with a certain type of, you know, brand to it? What are y'all playing in?
We play a bluegrass golf tour, so it's like a whole like list of tournaments you can sign up to play.
Gotcha.
So like, where are you playing tomorrow?
I'm playing at Weisinger Hills.
Yeah, and I'll be playing at Gibson Bay on Wednesday.
Gotcha.
So like, you can just pick what tournaments you want to play in.
Where's that Weisinger Hills at?
I believe it's in Shelbyville.
Gotcha. I mean, I know where Gibson Bay is, but
That's usually, if I'm not mistaken, your all's first tournament of the year, almost
Yeah,
every year.
it ends up being one of the first few. I think this year, I believe it is July 23rd, I think, is when we have it. We have it, and then LCA's Kentucky Cup, which is, you know, a really prestigious tournament. It's invitation only. It'll have some of your best teams all across the state. So they end up being back-to-back days. So Weisinger Hills, Shelbyville's tournament is a big tournament. It's a prestigious tournament. There's a lot of college scouts, you know, that come out watching that tournament, and it'll be a huge field. It'll be one of the best fields we'll play all year. And then the next day we turn right around and have Kentucky Cup. But Weisinger, it's a good course. They play well on it.
Maddie gave you a look like, are you watching the same thing I'm watching?
Oh my goodness.
Maddie, we just talked about this. The mental game. You
the
worked
mental
on it
game,
this
right,
offseason.
Yes.
Yeah.
That look was not somebody that worked on a mental game.
That's somebody that's regretting or that's already dreading to play in that course.
No, you know, tomorrow's going to be a lot of good practice for that course tomorrow. But yeah, I'm really excited for this season. I feel like we're going to have a really great season. And my mental game, you know, with me doing track, that's mental too. I mean, Peyton will tell you she does track too.
Yeah.
It's really mental. So I feel like those two sports go hand in hand. Definitely helps you with your mental game.
So, Peyton, you all talked about doing these individual events. Like, if there's a fee to enter these events, is that something you all pay, or do you look for sponsorships, or how's that
No,
go?
we have to pay to like enter. Oh yeah.
We don't pay it ourselves. Our parents pay.
Right.
Is there an end goal in the bluegrass tour? Is there, you know, do you all, I know during the season that you all gain points for certain placements in certain tournaments, and then at the end of the year you can play, like you played in the, what is that tournament where you,
All-State?
yeah, the All-State. So is this set up kind of the same, and do you all as individuals gain certain amount of points, and then there's a ultimate goal to end to play in a bigger tournament, or?
I don't think it's a bigger tournament. There might be, but I know that you can play as many tournaments as you can. And based off of the place you get is how many points you get. And at the end of the season, they ring up the points, and then that's like the player of the year.
I got you.
Yeah.
So, the top scoring athlete gets player of the year.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, the Bluegrass Golf Tour, Chris Riddle runs it, and he is phenomenal. I mean, if he's on any tournament that he's running, I mean, it is really well done. He's extremely professional. He does a great job getting little kids. In fact, that's one of the tours I would push, parents to say, get your child involved in something like Riddle's, Bluegrass Golf Tour, just to give him a plug because I think he deserves it. Mm-hmm. But he does a super job. They have, 9-hole events, 18-hole events, and they do it all the way down, individual awards in each event, and all the way down to the littles. And so it's a cool tournament, or a cool, series that you can play. And it's not that expensive. And a lot of times Chris ends up getting sponsors and will waive fees. So, parents that listen to this podcast, I mean, get your kids involved in it. I mean, that's something that they can play multiple courses.
How young? You said littles. How little is it?
I know there's like single digits playing.
Oh, wow.
I think
7, 8, 9. I mean,
I think
Yeah,
there's
I think 6.
there's like 7, 8. I think 7's the lowest. Not sure.
I mean, I remember when we were growing up, and they used to have the junior golf program at the country club.
That's
or
when y'all
Irish
didn't even
Hills.
have golf clubs. Y'all just
No,
got
we
a
played
stick
with
off a
no,
tree.
it was, right, that, and, make sure it was persimmon wood so it was hard and it didn't break. But they don't have that anymore here. I do know that they had that within the state, but something like that is something where you can get your child regardless of what level they are, but just get them out there and let them see what competition is like.
Yeah.
And
it's laid back, and
Yeah.
and he's good at encouraging the younger ones, and even the older ones. Now he'll be on them very quickly if they're playing slow.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean fast, but he'll be on them then. But as far as the younger athletes, I mean, he's really encouraging.
So, like with those type of events, one, how can we keep track? Is there like a web page we can look to see how you all are doing?
I'm pretty sure if you just go to like Bluegrass Golf Tour, you can, click on the event. If you know the name of what we're playing in, you can see all the results. It's like live results.
Yeah.
So you can follow along with what hole we're on and everything.
And then second part of that, like on the basketball side of things, like from my little travel team, there's a Facebook page, and I just go to the page, and that's how I decide what tournaments we go to. Is there something like that for golf where there's this huge page, everybody puts their events, and you just pick and choose what to play in?
It's like the website,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I'm pretty
it's
sure
just
it's
like
the
you go to the
website.
website and there's like a whole list of the tournaments that you can enter and you can just pick.
Okay, so what about during the season, Coach? Is there a way for us to follow? Because we finally figured out how to follow track.
We did.
At the end of the season. We did. How do we follow along you guys during the season on stuff like that? Because we're trying to. It's really easy to go onto iHerds and get the main sports, but you can't find a lot of the side sports on that. So it's like, how do we keep up with that to see how you guys are doing throughout the season?
So the Kentucky Golf Coaches Association is what we run all tournaments through, and they post results, on that main page. That's where it keeps track of all of their all-state points. We'll be on
And
there
that's a
for-
website?
Yes, Kentucky Golf Coaches Association, and it's broken down. They actually cleaned up their website. Looks really good right now. Easy to find things. So they have boys and girls tournaments listed out separately, and you can go in, just click results. They get them in, and they do an okay job posting results. I mean, it's usually 4 or 5 days after, the tournament, but.
Or we can ask Ann Easterling or Crystal Patrick or
Allison Whalen.
Allison Whaley, and they probably
Right.
They'll probably send you.
Allison Whaley will tell you.
They'll probably send you pictures of the entire scoreboard with everybody's score
All the scores, yeah.
Within hours.
Yeah.
within minutes.
Well, and that's good because, we're trying to figure out a way, constantly we've got the athlete of the week program and stuff. So we're constantly trying to track that kind of stuff. And we're gradually getting some, parents to share photographs and stuff like that with us. So, there's only 4 of us, and unfortunately we all work full-time jobs. So, we can't just follow around everywhere. So, but, hey, it's time to pay the bills, isn't it?
Time to pay bills. I've got a question after this. Let's see this commercial from our sponsors.
You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by CRC Roofing and Renovations. CRC sprung into life in the year 2000 thanks to Rusty Cerniglia's bold leap into entrepreneurship. Juggling a full-time job with his small gutter venture, he watched it blossom into CRC Renovations. Fast forward to today, CRC boasts a dream team ready to dazzle both homeowners and businesses alike with their top-notch services. Special thanks to Brent Wehunt, Kentucky Farm Bureau in Frenchburg, the sponsor of our Athlete of the Month program in Menifee County. Feeling jittery about diving into the world of property? Fret not. Let Kentucky Realty Group help. Whether you're gearing up to buy, sell, or just need some guidance, let their expert team help sprinkle in some magic on your experience. From cozy condos to grand mansions, they've got your back. Seeking a fixer-upper, a slice of luxury, maybe a peaceful rural retreat. They've got the keys to all those kingdoms. Dive into their treasure trove of listings and let the property adventure begin. You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by Tutu's Sweet Treats, where you can treat yourself to our divine lineup of desserts that will dance on your taste buds. Whether you fancy gooey chocolate brownies or our deliciously moist cakes, we've got a treat for every sweet tooth out there. Give yourself a sweet escape and take a bite of pure bliss. It's time to surrender to your cravings, grab a fork, and dig into our homemade goodies for a dose of sugary happiness.
I still can't believe she's gone. I don't know how we're going to plan all of this.
I know. I felt the same way when your granddad passed. The Kaufman Funeral Home really helped us get through it.
Were they compassionate?
More than that, they took care of us. They made us feel like family. They handled the entire situation from beginning to end.
At Kaufman Funeral Home and Crematorium in Mount Sterling, Kentucky, we're honored to walk beside your family with dignity and compassion every step of the way.
That's exactly what we need right now.
Kaufman Funeral Home, where we believe every life is a beautiful story that deserves to be honored with love, dignity, and heartfelt celebration.
And welcome back with the Montgomery County Girls Golf team and Coach Chris Spoonamore. So let's back it up just a smidge. We didn't get to do a end of the season review with you all, and so going into region, how did you feel going into region and then going through the region tournament? I mean, did you feel as a coach? Did you just feel just as confident as can be? Was there points in the tournament you were like, oh gosh, hold on, but what was the feeling going into it and during?
Well, I think I even said it on here last year at the start of the season that anything less than a championship will be a disappointment.
Right.
That I felt. I think I said it a little different then. I think I was a little more diplomatic about it, but. But I felt like coming into the season, then throughout the course of the season, getting to the region, that as long as we showed up to play, and we came out focused, we were going to win. And they played well. They did. I mean, they showed up ready to play, and it was how many strokes did we win by?
I
think it was
Y'all-
20.
Yeah,
No,
pretty-
It was a
50
lot.
something
yeah, it was a
strokes.
pretty good amount.
We forgot about the rain delay.
We haven't got to
gosh.
that part yet. But I mean, so they did. I mean, they prepared when we came in, and not only did they win, but
Dominated.
they dominated.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I could see it. I mean, when we started playing that day, I mean, they were dialed in. I mean, they weren't upset. I mean, getting ready to start, they weren't too nervous to where, I'm sure they were, but they weren't like expressing it, to where I was worried or something.
It doesn't hurt that it was at home too.
And it was at home after a rain delay.
Well,
Go ahead and tell them a little bit about that.
Our first day, it was canceled. So
Yeah.
we all went out to eat after. And then,
Mexican, right?
yeah. I'm pretty sure it was during school, too. I was thinking about going back to school, but no.
Heck no.
And then we came out the next day, and then we warmed up and everything. They were like, oh, rain delay. We went inside. I'm pretty sure we waited, 2 hours?
No, that was the first day.
That was first day. We waited for like 5
We
hours.
started right on time the second
we?
day. Yeah.
I can't remember. But yeah, I'm pretty sure half of us were sick, too. From
From
what
the
I
Mexican.
remember. I don't think it was from Mexican.
I don't know about that.
We had stuffy noses and everything, but I mean, we played good. We shut out.
Played really good.
So, talk us through this rain delay for a little bit. You get in a mental aspect, like my tee time is this time, I'm going to go out, I'm going to go, and then it's like, pause. How's that affect you mentally?
It's kind of devastating at first because you get there, you warm up, you get in your routine, and then it's all of a sudden you're shut down, you got to go inside, and then you're sitting there waiting, you get tensed up, then you got to start the whole process over again, and then when they cancel it, that's just like a big, like, really? And then you got to come out and do the next day. So it kind of messes with your head a little bit because you could have been done that day, and then you just got to prepare for it again. It messes with you a little bit.
And there would be a lot of people that would say, you just put the ball on the tee and hit it, and then just keep on playing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not. You've got to get in the. You've got to go to the range. You've got to hit a few balls. You've got to see what you might be doing wrong. Just immediately correct that a couple of times. Go to the putting green. See a few putts go in. I mean, there's a aspect of, okay, I feel pretty good. I feel ready to go. And not only that, it just keeps you limber, keeps you stretched out. Agree
Well,
with
I
that?
don't know.
Yeah,
Wes,
if I'm
but
not in the right like headspace and stuff, I can tell before I come in the tournament it's not going to be a good day if I'm not like thinking that it's going to be. So
That's why I'm not even good at golf.
You're not in the right
The minute
headspace.
I get out of the car, this is going to be a long day.
Wes, it might not take as long for the younger ones to do it, but I'm no good the first 10 or 20 shots I take. So you got to have that range time to loosen your
I
muscles.
thought he
up.
was going to say he wasn't any good for the first 10 or 20 holes that he played.
Hey, I
I started warming up about hole 32.
I can still kick your tail, so I ain't worried about that.
So, Macy, on the basketball side of things, when you're warming up, you always want to end on a make. Is that the same thing on the driving range for golf? You want to end on a good shot before you start your tournament play?
Yeah, I don't like leave the range until I hit a good one. And then if I hit a really good one, I'm like, okay, I need to stop before I mess it up. And then I'm ready to go play.
Maddie, same for you?
Yeah, it's definitely like if I don't hit a good one, like Macy said, then you got to keep hitting until you get a good one. And then I'll throw in another one and be like, that one was bad. Hit another one. And I just sit there. I kind of overwork myself. But that's something that I'm working on. So.
Peyton?
yeah, same as Maddie. I'll keep hitting until I like end with the shot I'm actually satisfied on, or I'll leave the course like mad at myself.
So where is Region this year?
This year it's over at Round County at Eagle Trees.
Okay. Okay.
Nice course.
Nice course. Yeah.
Nice course.
All the girls had a negative reaction when you said that.
Well,
Yeah.
now listen.
Look,
it could be worse.
I'm shooting over 100 either way, so everything's a nice course to me.
It could be in Carter County.
Adam's just there to see the little squirrels
Hidden
running around
Cove
in
is
the nature.
tough.
Right.
Hidden Cove is tough. That is a different beast, especially when you walk it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The people that say, "Oh, it's not that bad," they're in a cart
Yeah, right.
and they're taking 5 or 6 mulligans on every shot.
Hold up,
And
y'all got to walk the course? region and every. Gosh,
They walk
Every
all the
time.
time.
Walk all the time.
Where have you been in all of these other times that we've
Listen.
been? Oh wait, this is his first time being here with
might be.
us.
It might be my first time with the girls
That's
golf.
why he doesn't know what's going on.
Yes, it might be my first time with the girls golf.
Usually
It
we
is.
try to hitch
Now-
a ride, but it doesn't work.
So
Yeah,
that-
it
So
it
usually
doesn't
don't.
work.
But yeah, I've played Hidden Cove on a golf cart, and I thought there were hills that the golf cart was going to stop on, let alone walking that thing.
We've got to push a whole cart with
Yeah.
a bag on it, so that's already heavy. We've got to push it up those big hills.
At least they do have a cart.
And push it down.
Well, we got to push it.
I mean, they could be packing the bag,
That would probably be easier though.
It would be
Impact straps.
on the hillier
No.
courses.
No.
It kind of is.
No,
No,
kidding?
I would
Put
never
like
carry my
put like
shoulders, but
70 pounds on your back and walk it up a hill. No.
but you're pushing
It's
momentum.
easier on my knees
now in the summertime.
The bag or the cart?
carrying.
oh,
I push it either way.
See, Peyton, I'm glad you're on my page here.
It is.
Can we cut the camera off?
Zoom that right in on my face. Right? Let me show you the look I just gave.
So he's not going to zoom in on you.
Oh, there it is.
yeah, we can.
Hold up the backhand like how you left. That's what you do.
Same look.
I mean, in the summertime, he might make them pack the bag. Be like, okay, you got to get ready. You've got to
Like
get
golfer
in
boot
condition.
camp.
Exactly.
If I
If
made
they
them
forget
pack
their
their
cart.
bags around, they'd quit.
Do it.
Oh, Peyton, you might want to be quiet.
yeah, you may have just.
That sounded like a challenge.
I was getting ready to
That's
say,
how I
that's
took
exactly
it.
what I was just going to
Maddie's
say.
getting ready to kick
Exactly
her
how I
off the teams. What she's doing.
You realize we do track, right?
Right.
We're strong.
Macy just
Yeah.
quit golf.
Did you see that?
I tell you
We're
what.
Did you see that? Macy literally just
That
quit
little
golf.
bitty arm.
My daughter was strong too, and it took her 2 seasons. She's like, I'm going back to cheer.
Macy's going to be the only one that gets to have a cart.
I remember. I'm going to start telling stories since they're seniors. This is when it gets fun.
I like it.
So I remember one of these three. I won't say the name of who it is.
Oh, the face is going to give it away.
But-
I'm looking at him.
I remember one of these three who was playing another sport, went to conditioning for that sport, and then came out and walked 18 holes for the first time, and even said that golf was harder.
Don't recall.
Was it you?
I
I
remember
was going
that.
to say Peyton's face says yes.
So,
I mean, if you want to get your steps in,
it'll do it.
playing high school golf, playing college golf, is where to get your steps in for sure. Is that hard getting started in the season, getting started in the summertime when you're out there doing voluntary practices? You get your skills in, and then you go out and play 9, or you go out and play 18. But it's 95 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So is that hard to just get started out like, this is tough, but we need it?
It's definitely like yeah, you did this in the past, but here it comes at you again.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta get used to it again. But yeah, I mean, it's not that bad because we've been doing it for so long.
Right.
So we're used to it. But especially in the summer, it's just so hot out there. You gotta like adjust to it.
And they run track like they said, so they're in good shape. Physically they're strong. Their legs are strong. That's what needs to be in shape. And then and Macy plays tennis, so you can't just sit around on a tennis court. You're
Right,
not,
sure.
and she wins. So I mean, if that's the case, I mean you're going to have to move. So they come in pretty decent shape. I mean, but golf shape versus track shape versus tennis shape. It's different, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think golf gets me more in shape than track does, honestly, because you're walking up all those hills. It's like running hills for track.
It works like different muscles too. Like you can tell.
So since Coach brought it up, you all three are multi-sport athlete. Macy, what's something from the tennis side that you bring into golf that helps your game?
I'm trying to think. Well, I know the swings are different, but honestly, my tennis swing helps me like keep my golf swing kind of in check too, and just being in shape, honestly. Because tennis, I played singles this year for the most part, so I was running all over the place, getting the ball every time. So
She answered my question. I was going to ask her if it was singles or doubles. So.
yeah, I played doubles a few times, but mostly singles this year.
Maddie?
I feel like, doing track, and then I also do swim too, so it kind of works my endurance a lot. I'd say that, and then just, me and Peyton are both multi-event athletes, so we're used to getting tired and having to run one more thing. Yeah. So it's, when you're tired, you can't give up on it, so we're used to it.
Peyton?
Yeah, same thing as like Maddie. Track also is done with it's helped with my mental too, because it's a lot of stress. That's what I've been working on a lot, because I tend to stress a lot when it comes to big events and stuff. But yeah, that's mostly what it helps with for me.
So what's an event you all are looking forward to this year? Peyton, start with you.
Tournament wise, are we going to Mason County this year?
So
really
Mason's tournament right now is the first day of school. So
Let's
was
go.
like that last year.
We're doing
it was
it
like
again?
it was like that last year.
Yep.
I feel like they're doing that on purpose.
Yeah, they are.
So I actually talked to Jason yesterday, and he's going to try to get a different date, but we're pretty packed in. We've got a lot of tournaments, and I tried to say we only have one back-to-back day, and then we've got several days where there's just a day in between, or a couple of days in between. Because again, like I said at the start of the show, it's they need to be showcased.
Yeah.
They're good. They need people to see how good they really are. They need to see how good they really are. So, and I wanted to set them up for some success.
Right.
So, or to continue the success. Not set them up for success, to continue their success.
You still want to set them up for success for this year, because just like you said, you're going to Wysinger Hills one day, then you all got the invitation to go to the LCA tournament this year, and you've got to get them tournaments like that, because they've got to understand, okay, these are the teams we're going to see at state. The possibility of seeing these teams at state.
Right.
We want to measure ourselves up. What did I do wrong? What did I do right?
Right.
So you're still challenging them with the schedule that you got. Did the schedule get harder this year since you've been to back-to-back state championships? Did people come to you like, hey, we want Montgomery County in our tournament this year?
It happened a little.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really, in the girls' side, it's a little different. There's really, honestly, not a lot of tournaments. And then when you get to the point where school starts for everyone, now you're stuck for only Saturdays.
Yeah.
See, so a lot of people cram them in before school starts, and so you kind of have to just navigate those waters. So there were several that reached out, but not like you would think. Because a lot of us, the same reason why some like LCA comes back, Central Hardin, these Henry Clay, these teams come back to ours, year after year, because you establish relationships with the coaches, with the parents, and you kind of count on each other hosting at certain times, and so your schedule doesn't fluctuate a whole lot.
Gotcha.
I did put us in one. We're going to play down at Lincoln Homestead this year. That's actually where we open, I think, and it's a good course, and it'll be a good challenge for us. And we're going to go back down to London and play London Country Club this year,
Cool.
and play all those teams down in that region. So in their region, their tournament will probably be mostly their region teams. So we're going to go down there and give them a shot.
So now, is that the region that
It's like
combines
Corbin.
with your alls in the first round? Casey
They
County
do.
and Corbin? Yeah.
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 They do come up. Right.
So it's good to see those teams.
It is good to
because
see
you
'em.
know you're gonna you would foresee yourself seeing them in the first round of the.
Yeah, you're crunching numbers at the end of the season, coming into that first round, and or at least I was crunching numbers, trying to be like, okay, where do we fall? And as far as trying to get back to the championship,
Right.
So it's good to see them. Good to see those teams in their region, and see how well they do on a course that they know. It gives you a little, kind of glimpse at where you stand. So yeah, it's good.
So, let's talk a little bit about how a tournament day works for you as a coach. I'm assuming the girls are all kind of spread out on different holes. So how does the coaching factor fall into that? Are you following along with certain players or riding back and forth on the car? I mean, what's a coach do on the course while the girls are out there?
You're on the cart.
Yeah,
These seniors are feeling confident tonight, Coach.
There's something, all right. So it is. Yeah, I'm on a cart. You have to be. I mean, it's you really have no choice because there's 5 of them out there, and there'll be 3 to 5 holes, between the 5, because they'll start 2 on 1 hole in a lot of cases. So somewhere 3 to 5 holes, but that you've got to get around. And then if you get a text from a parent, and saying, "Help!" We've lost complete control, and then you got to. I mean, you can't wait 30 minutes and go. I mean, if we're really struggling and we're it's starting to spiral downward or something, then we got to get there very quickly. That's the difference in those tournaments than something like state championship, where there's no cards, and I mean it takes you 30-35 minutes to get someplace, because you got to stop while somebody's hitting, and you can't just take off, cutting through holes and try to get there. So yeah, it's a lot of just being on the cart, jumping off, sometimes throwing it to one of the parents, and like if I need to walk a hole, with them. But a lot of it anymore with this bunch, I just come and check. Hey, how we doing? And they know what they need to do. Oh Lord, here she comes.
She's been waiting on this for a minute.
When Coach is on a cart, I'll text him. I'll be like, "Help." He'll know that I need help. Yeah, I used to text him and be like, "Help." I remember there was one time where he came and checked on me. I was sitting under the trees, right? This is like my problem spot. And he came and checked on me, and I was like, "What do you think I should do here?" And he was like, "I think you should punch it or something." And I was like, "Okay." And I turned around to ask him a question. He's darting off in the cart and going to somebody else.
That's probably, we may have had tears on somebody else. I don't know.
Probably.
I'll blame it on somebody. We'll blame it on Addie. She's not here today.
Yeah.
Or Hannah. Hannah's not here either, so we'll blame it on those two.
So are you allowed to help if someone sees in between holes, it's easy to talk to them about how's the last couple of holes gone, where do you think you're lacking, you can talk them through the last couple of holes. But are you allowed to, in between the hole on their second, third shot or whatever, are you allowed to just kind of say, like what she said, give the golfers advice about what you would do in situations?
Yeah, you can, and there's a balance here on how much input you give.
Yeah.
And I'll use Maddie as an example, like over at the All-State tournament. I walk step for step with her, both days, and just kind of trying to say things to her mind to try to keep it focused. Reminding to shoot the pin and then shoot also the front. That was what she, but to try to speak encouraging things.
Sure.
Because golf, I mean, if you talk to LPGA and PGA professionals, actually talk to their caddies, because the caddies know how to talk to them. And you don't say, well, if you miss to the right, you're in trouble. Those words puts a negative thought, in their mind.
Gotcha.
So then instead of that, then you say, all right, we want to focus on the front left part of the green. See, and it means the same thing, but one's negative, one's positive. And then, you kind of, when around them, a lot of times I'll ask, what are you thinking? What are you thinking about doing here? Because I want to hear it from them, and then either reinforce that, yeah, that's a great idea. I think that's perfect. Go with it. Or say, yeah, great idea. Let's shoot the front, though. Let's see what club it is in between. Yeah, but that kind of stuff. I mean, so you don't want to nitpick and you don't want to micromanage unless they're just, really struggling. But for them, it's just about kind of trying to keep their mind straight. They all three talk about the mental game. They know where they struggle, and that is it's hard. I mean, that's the hardest part.
Absolutely. That's golf, right? I mean, it is a physical game, but it's more of a mental than anything else for sure on that part of it. So let's take our final commercial break. We'll come back and wrap up with Moco Golf.
The team at Community Trust Bank believes in making financial dreams come true. Just like a fairy godmother, they work tirelessly to ensure their clients have the security and support they need, while also helping them create a magical future. With a touch of personalized service and a sprinkle of expertise, they guide their clients towards their goals, whether big or small. At Community Trust Bank, they are not just about managing money, they are about nurturing dreams and building a prosperous future for all who walk through the door. Join their family and let them make your financial wishes come true. They are your friend in banking. Member FDIC. You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by Jacob's Auto Body Repair and Paint Shop is the ultimate pit stop for all your car needs. With a combined experience older than your grandma's secret cake recipe, we're here to fix you up. Drop us a line at 859-274-7425 for a free quote and let us get those wheels rolling. Our yearly growth is like a high-speed chase fueled by the love and trust of Mount Sterling and beyond. It's all hugs and high fives to our amazing crew of customers for keeping our engines revving with success. You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by CRC Roofing and Renovations. CRC sprung into life in the year 2000 thanks to Rusty Cerniglia's bold leap into entrepreneurship. Juggling a full-time job with his small gutter venture, he watched it blossom into CRC Renovations. Fast forward to today, CRC boasts a dream team ready to dazzle both homeowners and businesses alike with their top-notch services.
And we are back.
But before we get into business here, Sean, let's thank Allison Whaley for the amazing entertainment post-commercial break, sending them pictures. Thanks, Allison.
We've got cone heads.
All we hear was, is that what I really look like? If you're looking on YouTube, I looked at YouTube a while ago and it looks a little funky. I mean, I don't know what's going on with it on YouTube, but it was kind of weird. So
girls, you're in your senior season. Is this going to be it, or do you plan on playing at the next level?
You want to go first? We'll go.
Yeah, Macy, go first.
I don't, as of right now, I don't plan on playing like in college. Unless I can actually get it together and keep it that way, I don't think I'll play in college.
I have to decide whether I want to go for track or golf. I'm talking to schools for both right now, but it's a matter of...
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a matter of what I want to go for.
Same for Maddie. Both track and golf I want to go for, but it's like if I want to play at a higher division, I'll have to pick one. But if I go to a lower division, you can play both. But, like, what I'm just trying to think of is, like, track, I'm very prone to injuries. So I feel like golf might be the better option because I'm always hurt. But, yeah.
Well, a lot of that's going to come down to who's writing the biggest check and the program that you want to go into. Do you have an idea of what you want to do, career-wise?
Yeah.
What's that?
I want to major in business marketing.
Okay.
I just want to do something like down health. I don't know what yet. I just know I want to be in health.
How about you?
Yeah, I want to do healthcare. Probably just like an RN or nursing, something like that.
Need plenty of those. That's for sure on that part of it. That is for sure on that.
Yeah, and it's possible to get scholarships. I mean, you know, I'll use Kaylee McKinney that she graduated this year. She was not in our top 7, and she got an NAIA scholarship.
Right.
Clark University out in Iowa. I mean, it's out there, and you know, these girls, we were talking before we even got the show going, but you know, and I was fussing at them, like, make sure these college coaches, because they've got multiple coaches following their career right now. You know, they're all 4 of the 5, you know, have multiple coaches looking at them. You know, and there's a few coaches that want them right now. I mean, so, it's available for them if they want to do it, but you know, there's no pressure from me too. I mean, the only pressure they hear from me is you need to follow up with these coaches. You need to at least make contact with this coach. Yes or no, whether you want to or not, or interested or not, but there's no pressure. I mean, they need to do what, you know, they feel like they need to do. And if it's a dual sport, you know, in college, awesome. Yeah. You know, if it's golf, great. If it's nothing, fine. If it's track, super. I mean, I think, you know, our athletes getting scholarships in any of our sports, that's the main thing. I mean, and as a coach, you do everything that you possibly can do to try to set them up for it, but ultimately it's on them whether they get it or not. You know, so I'm tickled. I'm proud of our program. I'm proud that we're putting, you know, athletes in, you know, in scholarship positions and getting them in universities. I'm glad we have a program that's got multiple athletes that colleges are after. I mean, you know, as a coach, you know, if you measure yourself based on those things, you know, then, you know, I'm tickled.
Yeah.
It's great. It looks good on our program, looks good on our community and our school.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And I mean, as we wrap up, you know, 2025 or 2024-2025 school year, Montgomery County had a really good year, and Wes went to a lot of college signings this year. Yeah. And you know, those kids were, you know, scholarship kids, you know, so it's awesome part of it. We like, you know, being able to cover that kind of stuff. So you guys get to the point when you're going to make that decision, you let us know, and we'll be there to, you know, broadcast that for you guys for sure on that part of it. So, well, got a couple of things in the communities coming up this week.
I got one more question.
Okay. Go right ahead.
I like getting him off rhythm. See, look, Coach, they think, I know those seniors have had fun time picking on you. My favorite thing is when Sean thinks he's done, and then I just come up with another question. It goes this way, too. As much as that. See, so, first question I asked you girls was, what's something you've been working on in the off season? If somebody's never watched Montgomery County Girls Golf and they wanted to come to the course and watch you play, what would be a strength of yours that would really stand out? Peyton, start with you.
Oh, I don't know. I can't even think right now.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go first.
I would say a strength of mine is my hard work and dedication. Not just in golf, in all the sports I do, pretty much everything I do. I just have that grit. So.
Macy's like, I was there. I'm there. You know?
Yeah. I'd say when I am playing, even though, so I'll be playing with like teammates or, you know, just even in a tournament, maybe with like a newer girl or something like that. And even if I'm mad at myself, you know, I'll still try to be nice to others, uplift others, you know, keep everybody happy, basically.
Okay, so
You forgot Peyton didn't answer, didn't you?
Well, I thought you just kind of passed.
No, she said
I
come
had
back.
to think.
Go ahead.
Basically, it's like hard work and stuff. Like I'll be out there no matter what. Like I'll always try to make time to go like work on what I need to work on, and I'll try to work with other people too. Like if they need help, I'll always try to help too.
So you've been with this guy for 4 seasons, 5 seasons,
Mason took a big breath on that
6
one.
seasons.
A while.
3 seasons.
What has Coach Spoonamore brought to your game, whether it's skills or just a mental aspect or just what has he brought to you all personally individually to help your game out?
Let's start.
Well, I would say he's the one who actually taught me how to swing and stuff. When I do it right, he's the one who taught me how to do it.
So when you do it wrong, that was a Macy swing.
Yeah.
When you do it right, that was Coach Spoonamore.
Yeah.
I mean, her mom's at the house going, I played golf for heaven's sakes. You got nothing from me?
Sorry, Mom.
Should start sending them pictures again.
Yeah.
Coach Spoonamore is a really well-rounded coach. He makes sure all of his athletes are doing good, not just on the course, outside the course too, just mentally, just checking in. And he knows how to deal with each athlete. He knows how to deal with me and when I get frustrated, but he also knows how to deal with the other girls too, and I say that's probably one of the best traits about him.
Yeah. I mean, like, to start off with me, like, when I first started golf, I did not want to be there. Like, I was crying before, like, the first practice and stuff because I didn't want to play. Mom made me go. But once I got there, I was fine. Like, I really like him, like, as a coach. And he knows all of our strengths and weaknesses, like, so he knows how to work with us really well, so.
Yeah, so we can't make him mad. He knows our weaknesses.
Can't? Challenge accepted.
They have made me mad. One shot from a regional championship.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He'll never forget.
yeah. He's going to have nightmares.
I don't hold a grudge or anything.
We won regions, but that's still not going to slip his mind.
Nope.
That's funny.
Okay, now,
Now, Sean.
Sean,
You sure?
drive the ship.
Actually, one more. Just one more, I promise. What's something Coach Spoonamore always says? Every practice.
I can't say what I was going to say.
I'm going to backhand you if we don't listen to him.
I don't say it back.
Probably
I
should have
say,
left that one out.
Do you want the front or the back? For all of you out in Facebook land,
I was
please
like,
don't
I'm gonna
cancel
say
me.
that.
Should we say it all?
Yeah, let's say
Oh
it
my
all right.
goodness.
No. Wait.
No,
well,
we'll
don't
get,
mix
we'll
it
get
up.
canceled. No, we'll get canceled.
Well, don't mix it up and you can say
He
it.
tells us not to be crazy, but in a certain way. He says a certain 2 words that we
Yeah.
can't say.
You
And
think we
if-
can-
if
And
we
they're
make
not
it up,
cuss
say that.
words. Oh my gosh. They think now everyone out there thinks I cuss you.
Okay. Do you want me to say it?
They're not cuss words.
He tells
That
us.
you flip
say it.
letters
He tells us
around.
don't go
So
nuts.
you flip letters around so that it's not
Right.
the words
Right.
that you would think
Right.
it would be.
He tells us not to be knucking futs.
That's the first thing I
There
thought.
was one time where I said that, and I accidentally almost switched the letters.
It's
Accidentally.
been more
Almost.
than once. No, she's done it more than once.
So let's go back to the mental side of the game. There's a certain mental strength that you have to have.
To coach girls golf?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going for.
Especially teenage girls.
And those people that get to see this video, you can see all this white now. Just a few years ago, this was not white. I mean, it's from them.
You can dye it.
We're going to need a new coach
You're
in
done.
Moco Girls Golf.
No.
In 2 years. You will.
Now we're good, Sean.
You
Sure.
sure?
Good job.
Yep.
All right. So, moving
I
on.
have one question. No,
Yes.
So speaking of, do you all have a question for us? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was thinking about one.
Direct all
fire away
questions
if you
to
do.
Sean.
But we do have some community events going on
Yes.
in Mount Sterling, in Montgomery County.
In our community.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. In Montgomery County.
And Bath County.
And Bath County.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Wednesday night here at the pool,
Big event.
the Moco Gators
Okay.
Huge event.
are going to host their first swim meet in 10 years.
Since the city pool closed, this will be their first meet in Mount Sterling.
Yeah. So big deal for that. That starts at 5:30 Wednesday night.
So they were able to get the measurements good to host events.
Apparently so.
That's my guess. We got a message this morning saying that was happening.
From the most tenured coach in Montgomery County.
How long
She's
has she
at
been here?
19 years.
That
I mean,
was-
20 years.
Probably getting ready to go
21
21 now.
years.
Yep.
From Lady Neal.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if we'll be there or not, but we might make an appearance, and see. And then Friday night, Bath County football is having their freshman meet and greet / contract signing. I think that's pretty cool that Coach Brewer has them sign a contract. That is Friday night at 6 o'clock at the football field on the hill. And there's going to be food.
Never say it like that again.
Food?
No, whatever you said before that.
The hill?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be food, amazing food. They have super amazing food.
All he had to say was there's going to be
there is tailgate,
smoked bologna burn-ins
on
the hill
and brownies.
Yeah, so I know at least 2 of us will be there for that. So we'll see if everybody goes or not. But it'll be fun to meet and greet the new players coming in. And we've got, he's got some new coaches too. They'll hope to have Brandon on the show here pretty soon.
Couple assistants.
Yep, absolutely. So, we have no nominations this week. The season is officially over.
It just feels weird.
It does. It does feel weird.
I mean,
we do have our
since August,
right?
And then it just stops.
Yeah. We do have our final athlete of the week to name, and our final Simply Secured People's Champ to name. And it just so happens to be the same person for only like the second time this year, I think.
I think it's the first time this year.
It might be the second time.
I think there was one other time. So, but it was T Yeast out of GRC. She was the state champion in long jump and triple jump, and then GRC showed out on the voting and ran away with that on that part of it. So congratulations to T on that, on winning the From Corner2Corner Athlete of the Week and the Simply Secured People's Champ.
Nice. And next week, and this kind of pertains to what you were talking about earlier with the girls, making sure that their socials are in line, so college coaches can see what they're doing and message back and forth with them. We're going to have Tanya Witt and Lucas Witt on. Tanya's got a short social media thing out there. If you want that, we'll be talking about that, and
along with the children's book.
So she's got something about social media and how student athletes should take care of those things, and then we'll talk to Lucas a little bit about
student
managing and his relationship with
Steven
Jackson and the basketball.
Big Three.
The Big Three, thank you. So, should be a good interview.
And you'll get to see all of us in suit and ties, according to Sean, because school picture day is right after that.
No, we're not taking school pictures.
We are taking school pictures. Suit and tie is what the boss said. So I can wear my mock turtleneck.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, Coach, girls, thank you all for coming on, spending some time with us, and good luck on your tournaments this week. Good luck on the upcoming season.
Week?
Yeah.
Oh, they have tournaments.
They have tournaments. You wrote it down.
My bad. I was thinking.
Literally wrote it down.
I was thinking school. You're right.
Thank you for having us.
And I get blamed saying I'm,
No.
I swear.
You don't have the white hair like I do.
Not yet. Keep shaving it off.
He has no hair.
I keep shaving it off.
This is true.
So, all right, well, guys, there you have it for this week's.
Wes is completely white.
Oh gosh, yeah. There you have it for this week's edition of the From Corner2Corner Coaches Corner. Remember to help us promote our podcast, our Athlete of the Week and Month programs. We do what we do for our communities, our teams, our coaches, and our sponsors, and our students. They all deserve it. Catch you guys next week.
Go Indians.
As we wrap up today's episode, we want to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to the sponsors who make this show possible. Your support means more than words can truly say. You've helped us grow, stay consistent, and continue sharing stories that matter to our community. A huge thank you to Community Trust Bank for being a cornerstone of local support and believing in our mission from the start. Incovative Designs for bringing creativity and color to our world. Your designs speak volumes. CRC Roofing and Renovations for building stronger homes and stronger communities with every project you complete. Kentucky Realty Group for helping families find more than just houses. You help them find home. Jacobs Auto Body, for keeping our rides smooth and our vehicles looking sharp. Your attention to detail doesn't go unnoticed. Simply Secure, for keeping what matters most safe and secure. Peace of mind is priceless, and you deliver it every day. Brent We Hunt with Kentucky Farm Bureau in Frenchburg, for being more than just an agent, for being a trusted neighbor and advocate for your clients. Jacobs Vision Center, for helping us see more clearly, not just through our lenses, but through your dedication to care. Kaufman's Funeral Home and Mortuary, for handling life's most difficult moments with grace, compassion, and dignity. Your service is a comfort to so many. To each and every one of you, thank you for believing in us. This podcast thrives because of your generosity and your commitment to community. We're proud to have you as part of the family. Until next time, take care, stay connected, and as always, thank you for listening.
The Moco Four Horsemen would like to thank you for listening to From Corner to Corner. Be sure to go out and follow us on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Whatever podcast platform that you listen to us on, be sure to go out and give us a 5-star review. Thanks as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week.